Here's what each team needs to happen in order to win the NFC West. The NFC West in its current alignment has always been a very competitive division, with the winner of it each year being decided within the final 2 to 3 weeks of the regular season, and this season is no different. As of now, the division has a clear favorite like it does every year, but the race is far from over. So today, we are going to look at each team and what they need to do in order for them to win the NFC West. First up, we have the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks have been a rather volatile team this season, starting off 3-0 before losing 4 of their next 5, with seemingly a season killer in overtime against the Rams, dropping their record to 4-5 going into the bye week. This bye week, however, proved to be the break that the battered and bruised birds needed, as since then they have won 4 straight with key divisional wins against the Niners once and the Cardinals twice. Now with the Seattle Seahawks currently leading with an 8-5 record, a 3-2 division record, and a 1-game lead in the division, they are currently in the driver's seat the rest of the way. As a Seahawks fan myself, they got one little problem sneaking up on them.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
The LA Rams theoretically should have been out of the race by now, but with an overtime win over the Seahawks and a shootout turned upset against the heavily favored Buffalo Bills, the Rams are sitting at a 7-6 record and only a game behind the Seahawks. For the Seahawks, all they need to do is win out and they are NFC West champs and at the very least the number 3 seed in the NFC and likely hosting the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round if things hold up. Now winning out is much easier said than done and even more so for the Seahawks as their final 4 games are against the Packers, Vikings, Bears, and Rams, which is the hardest final 4 games out of the entire division. If they don't win out, the minimum they can do to be comfortable is to win 3 of those games and especially the Week 18 matchup against the Rams. They would also need the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers to lose at least 1 more game and the Rams to lose at least 2. However, if the Seahawks can get to 10 wins on or by Week 17 and the other teams in the division lose, they can be NFC West champs for the first time since 2020. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have been a very polarizing team this season, currently sitting at a 7-6 record, a 2-1 division record, and 1 game behind the first place Seahawks. The Rams started off slow like they always have, but have found a way to win key games during the final stretches of this season, more recently upsetting the Bills in a 44-42 win. Now all the Rams need to do is win out and they capture the NFC West crown. The biggest obstacle they face, however, is that 3 of their last 4 games are against division rivals. The first one being the 49ers this upcoming Thursday, which I will be watching on this channel live by the way, so look out for that. And then closing out with 2 home games against the Cardinals and the Seahawks with a trip to the New York Jets in the middle who will likely look to play spoiler. But if the Rams don't win out, they cannot afford to lose more than 1 game as that would make their lives significantly harder having to rely on other teams to knock off the first place Seahawks. If things happen to work out for the Rams, the rest of the way they would be crowned NFC West champions for the first time since they won Super Bowl 56 in 2021. Now in third, we got the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals came out of the first half of the season very strong, sitting at a 6-4 record and in first place of the NFC West, going into their Week 11 bye while riding a 4-game winning streak. The bye, however, proved to be their undoing and completely killed their momentum as they proceeded to lose their next 3 games, 2 of which to the Seahawks, and now sit at a 6-7 record and a 2-2 division record as of Week 14. In order for the Cardinals to win the West, they are going to need some serious help. Since they got swept by the Seahawks for the 3rd straight season, they do not get the upper hand should there be a tiebreaker scenario. Simply put, the Cardinals winning out does not secure them anything in terms of the division championship. If the Seahawks win 2 more games, the Cardinals might as well kiss their division title hopes goodbye and hope they can sneak into the wild card as the 7 seed currently being the only really flexible spot as of now. The same goes if the Cardinals drop at least 1 of their games, but their schedule is the easiest the rest of the way, playing their next 2 games against the Patriots and the Panthers, but then finishing up with the Rams and 49ers. If the Cardinals win out, they would need the Seahawks to lose 3 of their last 4, and for the Rams to lose at the very least 1 more game, assuming that 1 Rams loss is to the Cardinals themselves, which would then secure the sweep for the Cardinals against the Rams. It's a lot to ask for, but if it can be done, the Cardinals will be NFC West champions for the first time since 2015. Now last and certainly least, totally unbiased by the way, we got the San Francisco 49ers. This season has been anything but the expectation for the 49ers, coming off an NFC championship but ultimately losing Super Bowl 58 to the Kansas City Chiefs, their 2nd Super Bowl loss to them in the past 5 years. Coming into this season, the 49ers were the clear favorite to win the NFC West and the entire NFC as a whole, and try to make another Super Bowl run and maybe finally win it all after having lost their last 3 Super Bowl appearances. After a seemingly hot start after handily beating the Jets Week 1, the Niners looked good to start the season, but this is when things took a little bit of a turn. 2 straight losses then followed the Niners, one of which being a blown lead against the division rival LA Rams, and the Niners have been playing 500 ball ever since. Key injuries hurt this team tremendously, losing their star wideout Brandon Ayuk to an ACL tear, and most recently Christian McCaffrey, who had already played very little games this season, just to lose him again after getting hurt during a loss to the Buffalo Bills. As it stands right now, the 49ers are 6-7 with a 1-3 division record and are currently last place in the NFC West. Winning out is absolutely paramount for the 49ers, but they can't take any tiebreakers against their divisional opponents off of head-to-head matchups alone. They would need to not only win out, but have the Rams lose at least 2, one of which to the Niners this Thursday, the Cardinals to lose at least 1 game, and for the Seahawks to lose at least 3 games in order to secure that division title. The odds are heavily stacked against the Niners as their schedule is far from easy, with 2 divisional matchups against the Rams and the Cardinals, alongside a trip to the surging Miami Dolphins and a primetime matchup against the seemingly unbeatable Detroit Lions. The Niners are going to need to play some of their best football yet. At the end of the day, though, it is the 49ers, and it is never safe to count them out, and if they can pull it off and get the help that they need, they will win their 3rd straight NFC West title. With that being said, I would like to know your thoughts on who you think will emerge victorious in the NFC West. Will it be the hot and front-running Seahawks, the surging Rams, the cold Cardinals, or the down but not out 49ers? Let me know in the comments below, and I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.